It's morphin' time!
It looks like you're the one who needs to be taught a lesson, pal. Class is paying 101. Your instructor's Casey Jones.
Look, I don't want to fight you.
Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome back to another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles review. Today we take a look at the NECA Casey Jones and Raphael in Disguise 1999 movie 2-pack. Now this is the first release of NECA's Wal-Mart exclusive 1999 Turtles. Previously they released stuff at GameStop that re-releases from box sets for Comic-Cons, but this is actually a all-new figure plus a all-new set of accessories for another figure. Now this is all I actually planned to pick up with the line, mostly because ordering from Walmart.com is, shall we say, incredibly difficult for no solid reason. So because of that, and the fact that my stores are just generally bad at stocking things, and also compounding the fact I'm collecting the cartoon turtles from Target, I've decided just to not collect the rest of the line, but I did really want Casey Jones being my favorite Ninja Turtles character and being a version that's never been made before. So I fought for this on Walmart.com. It showed up in nice shape. In fact, apparently Walmart wasn't handling these at all. It was NECA as a third-party seller through Walmart. So interesting there. Shipping was a little bit more, but the box showed up in perfect shape, which is why I kind of want to show it off, just because this is documenting this line in my channel, because I really don't plan on trying to go through the hassle of collecting this line in general. So, yeah, we got both figures here. We got Casey Jones, Raphael, who's mostly the same as the previous release, but now he's got a really nice trench coat, hat, a few extra accessories we'll look at in a minute. I love the classic poster art at the bottom. On the side, we've got Raph in his trench coat. On this side, we got Casey Jones. There is no unmasked head because they couldn't clear the likeness rights at the time. We've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Casey Jones, and Raphael. We're going to let you pause and read this old blurb because it's got a few words about characters. And then on this side, we got pictures. And we actually, I think those are the figures. They look so good that I thought they were the actual suits, but they are the figures in a classic pose, and a NECA logo in the style of classic media. On the top, logo. On the bottom, stuff we don't really care about. And yeah, really nice looking set, so let's crack into it and see what's inside. Alright, so we're going to start with Raphael. Now this is a Raphael in Disguise figure, who is mostly reused from previous releases. However, for me, he's brand new, which actually makes this super exciting. So this figure basically is sort of a repack, and it's kind of what I think is necessary to balance out the budgets or whatnot, but he does have a lot of cool features. So we're going to start with him with the jacket and the hat on, because I know a lot of people do have this figure already from various releases, so they may want to just see the new stuff. So the new stuff here is this really nice jacket, this hat, and this backpack. So this is Disguise as he was running around outside of the outside world. Apparently Raphael did that a lot. This is specifically when he went down to a park and tried to stop a mugging and ran into a crazed man with a hockey stick. But you can see he looks really nice. He actually does have that nice disguised look. Knowing New York and how people just don't pay attention to others, you know, you can kind of blend right in. So it kind of has that nice look. The figure itself also is super chunky. Which is nice because he doesn't have standing issues. Now the hat itself just affixes over the head. See, the head there has a little bunched up part of the eye mask, and that part essentially you put the, because you just set this on here, it's not going to hold as well. You want to like push it down and around that back bulge, and then boom, he's good to go. You can change the angle a little bit, have a little bit of fun. But yeah, so you can see Raph's head underneath, looking really nice. Now, of course, the jacket is pretty amazing. What we're actually going to do is we're going to take it off of him. Because if we get this part here, let's get the backpack off. It can be a little tricky, but yeah, the whole jacket does come off. It is a fully formed figure. So there's the backpack. Pretty hollow. Doesn't really hold anything. Really nice. Looks all nicely painted and detailed. What you'd expect from NECA movie figures. And then if we take the belt part off here, do that. It's a working belt. You can get this off of him, and you can get to the figure underneath. Now, as far as I know, from looking things up online, he doesn't have any new sculpting or new head detail. He is just that 1990 Raphael. So maybe if you had trouble finding him when the Turtles were released as single figures at GameStop, this might be a good way to get them. So anyways, here's the jacket. It's actually layered cloth, multiple layers there. This one got a little weird with the stitching. As you can see, it kind of didn't stitch all the way across like it should have, but that's just on mine. But you can see the belt's really nice, all the little details. The pockets actually have a little bit of space to them, which surprised me. I thought they would just be sewn on, but yeah, little buttons. Very nice detail. This is something you kind of see from like Mezco and their 1/12 line. So it's nice to see NECA do it in what is essentially a retail line, and it looks really good. So again, I'll put that off to the side and look at Raphael. So he does have holster spots for his 2 Psy, which will fit right there, and he looks pretty great. So yeah, like I said, mostly the same figure. Now the GameStop releases didn't have, or the Comic-Con releases, didn't have these bandanas down either side. It's a newly sculpted piece, and the 2-pack re-releases of the Turtles have these included. So that's pretty nice. It's nice to see it here. Now these actually can swap out, which I thought was really cool. If you pull on the back, yeah, wiggle it just right, you can pop that out. I'll pick that up later. So you give them kind of a blowing in the wind bandana, which will kind of try to fit there. Yeah. So you kind of a blowing in the wind. It could also be a more resting pose one. You got that. And then this one is a little bit more flared out in a different direction. So you got some variety, some options. That one's really actiony. You could put it over here. But it's nice to see that kind of detail. The cartoon turtles, they all have very short bandanas, so there wouldn't be really need to swap them out. We'll put this one in since we got him kind of an action pose. Speaking of posing, let's look at articulation. So these guys' head pretty decent, looks up pretty good, looks down. There's no suit actor face there. You got shoulders that move forward, move out a little bit. I do mean a little bit, they don't move far. And then you got double jointed elbow, which is got this nice sliding rubber elbow pad. Wrists, the wrists do pivot in and out. With the torso, it's kind of strange, but it's the upper part of the torso moves, but nothing really below, and then his hips move out. They move forward. Let's get the side out of the way. They move forward. They have a double jointed knee, like that. They do rotate out, and then the ankles do pivot in and out, and then forward and back. So you can get him some pretty decent poses as well. So let's give him the 2 Psy here. Now he does come with a couple extra hands, so let's see if we can just do it like this. So you get the Psy, so you get him in some cool poses. Like I said, a couple extra hands. So we got these, which are kind of the Psy holding hands, more specifically for a specific style of Psy fighting. Now these actually hold a lot better. The cartoon turtles also come with similar hands. The cartoon Raphael has similar hands, but he doesn't hold them as well. That holds pretty good. That's what you want to do. And he's also got open palms, which don't really hold anything, except maybe this piece of pizza. So he does come with a piece of pizza. I think all the movie Turtles did, which looks nice. So you got that option. So overall, he's pretty stacked with accessories, all things considered. Let's do a reverse grip on this one. And yeah, so he's, fully formed Raphael, fully made turtle figure. Really nice. He comes with all the accessories he did before. Now he's got the backpack, the trench coat, and the hat. So overall cool, but not the reason I bought the set. Alright, so here is Casey Jones. Now this, of course, is the big draw of the set. He is a brand new figure and a brand new character. They haven't had him in the 1990 TMNT line so far. Please note this NECA clear stand is not included with the figure, but with the way the figure stands and the way the ankles are, I kind of get concerned, so I'm just going to leave him on the stand, make sure he doesn't fall over and break or anything. So, yeah, he doesn't come with the stand, but they are something you can find at Targets. So anyways, with Casey, this is interesting because he's not a scale down 1/4 scale, and he's not a character that previously appeared in a Comic-Con set, nor is it GameStop. Brand new figure. And I want to talk about the face likeness, because this was a bit of discussion. So they weren't able to secure the rights to the actor's face. Apparently he didn't want his face on a figure. But apparently since this figure was made, he has changed his mind and gave them approvals. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do a 7-inch Casey with an actor likeness, or if they're saving that for the promised 1/4 scale version. But this being the 1/12 scale, this is what we got. And actually, it's really nice because they did sculpt in the eyes. They did paint the eyes. He's got the dark paint around the eyes. If you look deep into their, the nose area, he's got the nose. There is a face underneath there. That is pretty rad. But you can see how the mask connects back there. I do like the hair covering over. NECA already made a full-size version of this mask, so they had it down. But overall, the sculpted detail on this figure is quite impressive. They sculpted his chest hair and arm hair, which I think is an insane amount of detail. He's got the veins in his arms. Yeah, the elbow joints look a little weird. That's just kind of the nature of NECA's figures in this style. You can see the shirt is dirtied. It's actually got like grease stains. It's an untucked shirt that's longer in the back. The jacket. And then the sweatpants, which I think it almost like there's so much detail here and then there's just like sweatpants, but it's kind of how sweatpants are. But they have folds in the fabric, wrinkles there. And his shoes, his basic shoes, look good. You can even see the socks there, which are actually where the joint is, so it looks really natural. I really am always impressed by the level of detail on NECA figures. It's always stability and quality. Throws me off. So, with all that said, he does have a ton of accessories. I want to go through them, and I want to go through his articulation, but I do want to talk about this here. So we got the classic golf club, which he found in Shredder's lair, which this thing, I don't know if it's because of the material they used. It's really floppy, but it also feels like you could just snap it super easy. So I'm not even going to pose him with this, and it's going to go straight back into the box, since they do plan to keep the box. But this thing concerns me. I wish it was sturdier, because the way it flexes like this, it doesn't feel right. So we're not going to worry about that. But we do have the hockey sticks. This one is wrapped in black tape, standard hockey stick. I love the faded printing of the name on there. But again, super intricately detailed. We have the goalie stick, which is way larger, but looks amazing. As you can see, nice worn detail on the tape, plus, of course, the paint for what's on there, which is amazing. He's got 2 baseball bats. Again, same wrapped tape look. He really stuck to his theme of athletic tape on everything. And then also on the cricket bat, which just looks really nice. So, you got all that going on, and then you got his bag. The bag, very nicely detailed as well. I do wish there was a disconnect point on the strap, but this kind of bag would not have that, so actually putting it over his body works out. But you can see inside it is painted down to a certain point, but not all the way to the bottom, which is good. It kind of works out. Yeah, and then he comes with hands. He has 2 sets of hands that are for holding things. I think one's a tighter grip than the other. That's about it. They're very minorly different. But then he's got a pointing hand, which looks so cool. Looks very classic Casey Jones from the Raj comics. He's got this other hand, which is a resting hand. I imagine something like that. So you can kind of have that between 2 hands. So pretty nice. Now, let's talk about articulation. This is the one point in the figure that I have a little bit of issue with. This figure is absolutely stunning, but head's a little limited due to the longer hair, but it still has some range of movement. Shoulders are great as they move all the way out. They can rotate all the way around. No bicep swivel, but he does have a double jointed elbow. This double joint does have pins to turn at both ends. Wrists that pivot in and out, as well as turn. The waist, which turns left and right. There's not much bend to it. Hips that move out pretty dang far, which this got stuck. Okay, there we go. And then rotate, then a single joint knee, which is a little bit limited, and then it all falls apart here because the ankle has like a weird turn that's not really helpful, and barely any movement. So because of that, all of his wide stance poses, I'm trying to figure out how to balance him, and he knocked over all my Ultraman figure arts that I had on a table because he wasn't able to stand. And then when he is able to stand in a wide-legged pose, looks a little awkward. So that's the one thing. I wish the ankles were better. It's like always my one sticking point with NECA. That being said, he does hold his weapons. So let's get him armored up. So let's start off by swapping the joints. Now, hand joints on NECA figures, always my recommendation, if you can grab where the actual connector peg is, squeeze tight there and pull. That way you avoid pulling the joint out of the hand. We're going to go with the wider grips, because those kind of fit everything. And we're going to go with this hand for the moment. Because I do want to show off just his range of movement. Ooh, rough. This left wrist definitely likes to hang on a little bit more. But anyways, the range of movement for the weapons I think is great in terms of actually posing him. Just got to get everything kind of squeezed in. You can get poses like this, which look great. You can have them kind of posed, ready to just like hit somebody really hard. But, you know, some of the more expressive poses that I like to do, I don't know why I swapped this out. This was not the hand I need to change. Actually, no, this is the one. Is with this hand, because this hand is just so much a declaration of I'm going to beat you down. Welcome to Pain 101. Your instructor is Casey Jones. That kind of stuff is what I was looking for. So you can have him kind of pointing and ready to like hit somebody with. I kind of always have him holding this one. No matter what else he's holding, I always have him holding this because this thing is huge. And yeah, it gets it kind of in the way. But if we get him positioned correctly, I know it was a little awkward. Posing this figure is a little awkward, but you get something kind of like that, and he's just like, he's ready to be like, yeah, you're the one I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna beat you down. Actually, this actually balances him out. But basically, you know, weapons bag, cricket, baseball. Well, I kind of like to put the cricket bat in later. 2 baseball bats go in. Hockey stick there. Cricket bat to go in. It's all nice and secure. If you try to put the golf club in, I get scared. Plus, he didn't have it in the bag. But if you get this all the way around him, like this, line it up, get him posed, put him on a stand so you don't have to worry about the figure having issues, and boom! That's a great Casey Jones. Now, honestly, you know, I have a lot of bias going in. This is my favorite Ninja Turtles character. This is the entire reason I got the set, and I really do like the figure. I do think that the ankles are kind of a problem, and I would have liked to have seen, you know, an unmasked head, but with what we got presented here, this is a damn fine action figure. Is it worth tracking down at Wal-Mart? Depends on how much you want 1990 Casey Jones. I know this is his first figure ever, so the demand is high. This version of Casey didn't get any toys before, so because of that, it's in high demand. And I'm really glad I was able to snipe one off Walmart.com because it was a stressful experience and most people weren't able to get it. But this is where I end with the line, so it is my beginning and ending of the 90s movie line, and I really do like this Casey Jones. All flaws, all wonderful things aside, this is a good Casey Jones figure. So here's a quick size comparison with the NECA cartoon turtle, Raphael on the left, and the Power Rangers Lightning Collection SPD Red Ranger on the right. This is just to give you kind of a comparison to how these scale to the cartoon turtles, how these scale to a standard 6-inch action figure from Hasbro. So you can see they are still in that 7-inch scale that NECA specializes in. So, is the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Casey Jones, and Raphael in Disguise 1990 movie 2-pack worth it? For the $50 price tag it runs, yes. For the money it says, yes, absolutely. These figures are really well detailed, really well articulated, and come with a crap ton of accessories. They come with a lot of stuff, and I'm just overall really impressed. The part that you have to ask yourself, is it worth trying to find it in a Walmart store or wait for a restock online? That's the decision you gotta make to yourself. For me, I went for it online. If I couldn't get it online, I wasn't gonna drive around to my stores that don't want to stock exclusives anyways. I was just gonna have to give up. I was able to get it, and I'm happy. I'm really, really happy with this set. So make a nice little scene of Raph and Casey duking it out in a park, And that's all I'm doing for this line. I don't have it in me to go forth and try to collect every figure that comes out for these movies. I love these movies, but my focus is on the cartoon Turtles. I'm not going for both lines. So, again, it all depends on you. If you're a die-hard 1990 movie NECA figure collector, you're probably going to need this, and you're going to have to go through a lot of chaos to get it. And if you're a die-hard Casey Jones fan like me, it's probably also worth going through the hassle. But on a monetary value, absolutely do I think this is worth $50. This is a nice set. So, on that note, that's it for this video. If you liked it, please leave a like down below. Leave a comment telling me your thoughts on Walmart exclusives in the United States and Canada. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Do you not care? I want to know. Let me know, because there's been a lot of talk of that lately in the toy community. Also, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for future videos. I'll definitely be reviewing more Ninja Turtle stuff. And also check out Hero Club at hero-club.com for all the Ninja Turtles news and more. And check out our graphic designer, Dark Claw, on Twitter, darkclaw643. Until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.